Meowity everyone, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to make a quick video today about the Axiom Cup, which just got released, the EVE Unregulated Time Trial. So we're going to be going over my time that I got, and I'm going to show you some tips and pointers to help you get into the top 10%. It is possible to get into the top 10% with a level 25 EVE, 2-star level 25 EVE. If you're someone who has just unlocked EVE or is wondering how do you get a 2-star 25 EVE, what you're going to have to do is you're pretty much going to have to go to ranked and get the shards that way. If you do not have EVE though, however, that's where it gets a little bit tricky because you're probably going to need Wally, which if you don't have Wally, unfortunately, I think you're going to have to pay money. I'm not sure if there's a way to get him otherwise. But if you do have EVE, this is for the people that do have EVE. Unfortunately, I can only help those people at the moment. Yeah, if you don't have a 2-star EVE, you pretty much just have to go to ranked. You can get a 2-star EVE at around rank 18 or even 23. 23 is the worst, unfortunately. It's the maximum though. So you can do it. We did do it. We did it on stream. A level 15 1-star EVE can get to 23. Just got to get lucky. You got to get some good lobbies and just got to keep pushing. But I do recommend everybody get a level 25 EVE because that is going to give you the best possible chance of getting a decent time. And you can even have a look. What you can do is you can have a look at the leaderboards right now and you can keep going down until you find a time like this from Seymour here. He's got a level 25 EVE, you know, he's ranked 26. He's got a 157 and he's in the top 10%. So it is doable at 25. Is it possible at 15? I don't know. I'm not sure. So get a 25 EVE and then, well, I mean, let's just go through the video. Let's go through my time and I'll show you some tips and pointers. So let's do that. All right, so let's begin. This is my time that I managed to get. And I will be pausing it through the video. If you'd like to see the unedited video, I'll be putting it at the end. So just for now, we're going to be, you know, pausing it, going through it. And I'll be giving you some pointers. And just to let you know, I've done this about 6 times so far. I did it 3 times last night when it came out. I managed to get around 2 minutes, which you would have seen here in the beginning. There it is, 2 minutes. So we managed to get about 2 minutes every single time. And that's still in the top 10%. That is still very, very good. Although we did something a little bit different this time with our last attempt, and we managed to get a 158. So I will be telling you what I did, and maybe that'll help you get a couple seconds off. Or maybe it was just because it was an overall good time. I'm not too sure. It's not a perfect time. I did run into a wall here and there. But it is still probably going to get you into the top 10%. If you're finding it difficult, it's just a matter of, you know, practicing, getting some good runs, getting a bit of RNG as well. Because the people you go up against is random. You can get a Jumba, you can get an Eric, you can get a Mowgli. You know, in my first race, I went against a Mowgli and a gosh darn Eric, and I kept getting hit. So there is a lot of RNG involved. Now, so I will be going as many pointers as I can. So the first pointer I will say is that EVE is a defender. EVE is a defender, so that means we're going to be trying to get the boost in the beginning. If you're someone new and you don't know how to get the boost for a defender, what I do is, if we could slow it down somehow, can we do that? I don't think we can. But the way I do it is, when the number 2 pops up and it makes that noise, it'll eventually start to fade away. The moment the number 2 starts fading away, that's when I start holding down the accelerator. So if I just go back here, you'll notice at the exact moment the 2 pops up, not exactly at 2, a little bit after. It's a little bit after the 2. That's where it's there. So actually, it's actually not when it fades away. I think it's actually when it's faded in, like when it's fully clear. There. So it goes doom, then do go, that sort of thing. For everybody, this is a little bit different. I've seen so many people that just, you know, just tap it and just pray they get inside the green. I might make another video about this actually, about getting a good start and getting the boost. We might make a separate video for this, but this is just a little pointer for defenders. You know, it's pretty much after 2. It's going to depend on what input device you're using, and you're going to have to adjust it according to your latency or desync or whatever it's called. Input lag. But yeah, so that's how I do it. And straight away, we're going to be going for a ram or a side bash or whatever you call it, because Eve is a defender, so we're going to be getting a shield. And we need a shield. We essentially need a shield with Eve because you're going to probably get hit by something in the first lap, and it's not good. You want to be getting a perfect run. To get like a really good time, we do want a perfect run. Another thing too is that, so basically what's crucial to get a good time is you pretty much want to do two things. You want to be going on the grind rails on this track because Eve is a very slow character. So I do recommend going on the grind rails quite often. Another thing too, we're going to be using a few little hop techniques, we'll call it. Another thing is we also want to get a rush. So Eve has the rush ability, but it's very rare to get. Sometimes you can go a full 2 laps without getting rush. So you really want to get rush. Hopefully you get lucky. In this video, we'll show you what I do. So in the beginning, I go on the grind rail, which you can see right there. Sorry if the quality is not too good, by the way. In the beginning, we go on the grind rail. So what happens is you'll notice that I go on the grind rail, but you'll also notice that I don't use my manual boost. So in the very beginning, you can actually get your manual boost before this grind rail, but you don't want to use it. Do not use it because if you go on the grind rail for 2 seconds, it's a little bit blurry, but right here, because I'm on the grind rail and I balance and didn't fail the balance, because I don't have any manual boost, it gives me a boost after about 2 seconds, and it'll push me to my maximum speed, which you actually cannot see properly, but it's about 180 kilometers. Not sure what that is in miles per hour, but it's about 180. So from there, it gives me a boost. It gives me my top speed, and we're going to use this to do a little technique, a little hopping technique. As soon as you hit the ground with your top speed, what you can do is you can then hop a little bit, and that'll prevent you from losing speed straight away. Now, you can usually do this about 2 times, but I actually lose speed in the second one, so maybe it's best to only do it once. But that'll help you maintain your boost that you get from the grind rail a little bit longer. And then obviously, after it's ran out, then I use my manual boost. Now, you'll see me going through the grass here, even though I don't have the manual boost. It is still so much faster to go this way. Do not go the left way. It is so much longer. It is not worth it. Go through the grass, get your drifts, keep your drifts up. If you have manual boost to go through here, it's really good because it won't slow you down, but just go this way anyway. Like, doesn't even matter. And then when you get to this section, you obviously want to go right. Going left is slower, it's longer. And then, yeah, you could go two different ways if you go left, but you don't want to go that way anyway. You want to be going straight, you want to be going right. You want to be going through this little narrow passage. Obviously, if you hit the wall, what you can do is you can hop right after a drift boost, which you'll actually see me do in the second lap. But I don't do it here. I actually failed here and I hit the wall. So I actually did lose a bit of time here, and I tried to get that box, but you'll see that, yeah, I didn't manage to get it. So another thing I should mention is that what you can do is if you want to really, really sweat and really try, if you're someone that's not good with drifting, what you can do is you can turn off all the music. You can turn off the voice acting as well and just have the sound effects. And you can practice with Eve. You can actually probably go into private track right now, go onto this track and make it level 25 if you have a level 25. And you can practice your drift boosting without the audio, without the with just the sound effects on, basically. You know, get that timing right. A lot of professionals do that, and you'll probably see that in Chiku's video if he eventually comes back and makes a video. So that's one thing you can do that can definitely help you out to get your timing right. But we don't do that here because I don't really feel like I need to. After my manual boost runs out, I do hop a couple times. It's kind of the exact same as a grind rail. Once you reach your top speed, you can jump a couple times to maintain it for a little bit longer. It's basically an exploit in what they try to patch. But you can still do it a couple times. Now, what you'll notice here is that if you successfully get on this grind rail and successfully balance, it's a very hard grind rail to balance. You notice I don't have any manual boost as well. Right there. So right at the very end, I managed to get a boost from the grind rail, like the first grind rail. So now what I'm doing is I'm hopping twice. So you actually can hop twice. So there you go. You can hop twice after a grind rail. I am still going, you cannot see it because I think my model's in the way, but I'm still going 181 kilometers here. This is still her max speed. So even though I've lost the boost technically, and I've hopped twice, I've still got more speed. So hopping after this, yeah, it just extends it basically. So you have more. Then of course we go down here, we get an item, we use manual boost, we get a shield. So thankfully that Eric boat cannot hit us. We're gonna take this grind. Oh no, we didn't take the grind rail. Okay, so we took an item. You always want to be going through the right path here. I don't think you want to be going left, even though it is slower on here. You can decide what you want to do. If you have manual boost, obviously you want to go through here. You want to go through the grass. The only ever time that you should not take the grind rail to go for an item is if you haven't gotten the rush ability. As you see there, I already had manual boost, but I can still hop a couple times because I had manual boost. Like as soon as you run out of manual boost, you can do the same thing to extend it. Now you might not be seeing everybody hopping. I know a lot of people don't hop. I know Chiku doesn't hop, he just does drifts. You can get a very good time with just drifting, but we're using as many little techniques as we can here to get a good time. And you'll notice, if we go back a little bit, so right here. So it's a very tight, narrow passage, and a little bit more, of course. You notice right here, I'm about to get a drift boost. Now, if I release this drift boost, the only thing I can do here is basically drift to the left. I'm not allowed, I can't drift to the right after this because it's going to shoot me into the wall. It's going to shoot me to the right side of this, this path, which means I'm not able to drift to the right. So I'm going to have to go to the left and then drift to the right. But what I do here is I hop to move myself to the left. So now I have a perfect path to drift to the right. So this is one thing that hopping is good for, is to like help you with your trajectory so that you don't run into walls or anything like that. And what I do here, so this was pretty much what saved the run. When you get a rush, when you get the most important item, which is the rush, you have two ways of using it. So you have the uncharged version, which will take you straight to your top speed. It's a big, big boost. It will take you to your top speed. And what you can do from that is you can actually jump a couple times after you've, after it runs out. Kind of like, you know, with manual boost and with the grind rail. But should you be using it, you should only be using it if you do not have manual boost. So as you can see right now, I'm using my manual boost. So there's no need for me to use this rush. It's only good for me to use the rush if I'm about to, like, you know, if I'm about to run out of manual boost, I'll use this rush as a backup, basically. But what you can do, and this is pretty much, I think, what saves the run, is you can charge the rush, and you'll get 3 little bursts of speed, which you should know. But what you can do is you can then couple that in with hopping, and because you get the rush in the air, it actually pauses your manual boost bar. So if you look up at the manual boost bar, you'll notice up the top here that when I'm in the air and I get those little boosts, it actually pauses the boost bar. If you have manual boost and you have the rush, just hop. There you go. It extends it by an extra maybe 2 seconds or something. It's really, really good. And you don't lose speed from it either. Here you go. I got the boost from that. I jumped again. I got the ability here. If you don't have rush by this point, if you get to this point of the race and you don't have rush, I would highly, highly recommend that you go for the item. I think you go for the item here because it's bound to happen soon. It's bound to drop soon. If you haven't got rush yet, go for the item. But if you have got rush, you probably won't get it again. The chances of you getting it 2 times in a race is going to be very, very rare. Now, right here, I actually made a little bit of a mistake because what I did, what you can do at the end, if you know that you're going to be able to reach the finish line with the manual boost that you have, you don't need to drift. Because drifting will slow you down a little bit. So here I get the manual boost, and then I'm still drifting. As you can see, I'm still drifting. I don't need to be drifting here. I could be going straight forward and not losing any speed, because right here I actually lose a little bit of speed. You cannot see it. It's behind my name. But you can pretty much just drive forward, basically, if you think you're going to be able to make it over the finish line. And then what you do, another little technique, right at the end, you notice right here, I side bash, or I dash, what's the word? Pretty much dash to the left. So this is a pretty, this is an advanced technique that a lot of people use to get in front of people because it actually saves you time. It boosts you forward. You only really want to ever be using this at the end of the track though, because if you don't hit anybody, you lose speed after it. But because it's the end of the track, it doesn't count that. It won't, like, you know, we won't be losing speed because it's finished. The race is finished. So I'll do it one more time. And you can see that I go to the left like that and save it like a fraction of a second, basically. And with that, we managed to get a 158. And we basically, with that time, we basically managed to get into the top 10%. I mean, we already were in the top 10%, but we managed to get in the top 75. So if we look at the leaderboards, that is a top 75 where everyone else is using around about the level 35 mark. You could probably get a 157 with something like this. But yeah, so we got a very good time there. I just wanted to make a quick video to show you guys what I did and my thoughts. I hope I explained everything properly. This is unscripted, by the way. Hopefully these little tips can help you. Hopefully the path can help you. Hopefully if you want to practice your drifting, you can go into obviously private race and try Eve out right now, because you can do that. You weren't able to do it last week, but you can do it this week. So try it out, see what you can do. I hope you get good times. After this, I will be showing you the unedited footage right now. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you get good times, everyone. Hope it goes well. I hope you get top 10 with a level 25 Eve. If you're not a level 25 Eve, if you're 15, get 25. If you're higher than 25, then you don't really need to be watching this. If you've paid money or gotten shards elsewhere somehow, I'm not sure how, but if you're above 25, then you don't really need to watch this video. So there you go, everyone. So I hope you have a, yeah, I hope it goes well. Ciao, ciao, meow, everyone. And yeah, here's the unedited footage. So see yous. Have a good one.
This track for sale.
Silent slumber, still